What's up, everybody? It's Dan Greer with Forge coming at you today to talk all about own the outcome, no excuses, just ownership. This is your 5-minute pep up excitedness. So let's get right into it. All right, excuses are easy, ownership's hard. Period. Point blank. In the story. Super easy to make an excuse. But you know what excuses are? They're kind of like buttholes. Everybody has one, and they all stink all the time. And the only thing that comes out of them is crap. Yep, that's it. That's powerful right there. That's words from my old brother. I'm just kidding. Actually, it really did come from him, but it's true. Excuses stink. Nobody likes excuses. Nobody wants to be around them, right? Quit making excuses. Start taking ownership. How do we take ownership? I'll tell you, there's one thing you can do to take ownership. How could I have changed the outcome of this? That's all you got to ask. It's that simple. Do 5 minutes in 1 minute. Let's go. I'm kidding. We're going to keep going. But all you got to do is ask yourself this one question. How could I have changed the outcome of this? What could I have done different to change the outcome? That's it. That's all you got to do. You ask yourself that question, you start getting answers to that, that's ownership. And then you start making changes. That's the second part, is taking action. Okay? So ownership is huge, right? Great leaders don't blame, we don't dodge, we don't point fingers. We take the hit and we move forward faster, stronger, better. That's what we do. We allow other people to grow with us. Now, I'm not saying that we're the scapegoat. I'm not saying that I'm going to allow my team to walk all over me. I'm not saying I'm going to let my team get away without doing crap. I'm going to hold them accountable as well. And my team wants to be held accountable. And to be honest, they don't even need it. And when they do need it, they don't last. If I say, hey, what'd you do this week? And they don't have a good answer for me, or they like, I called 10 people. No, that ain't doing nothing. You should have done that in the first hour. Right? You got to hold your people to high standards and high accountability. You got to hold yourself to those same high standards and that same high accountability. If you ain't doing crap, you can't expect them to do nothing, right? You show up at 9 a.m., you want them there at 7, and you leave at 3 every single day of the week, that's a problem, right? If you want them there at 7 till 5, you best be there at 6:30 half the time, and you best be staying until 6:30 at night or 5:30 at night, right? You got to put in the effort. And that's something that a lot of people don't like. They're afraid of the work. They're afraid of the hard work as leadership. They're afraid to get out there and get stuff done. And here's the thing, you can't be afraid of that. Because if you're afraid of hard work, you ain't going to be able to have ownership. You're going to be full of excuses. And then your team's going to be full of excuses. And the people you lead that watch you are going to be full of excuses. You start lying, what happens? You stop taking ownership, what happens? First thing is your kids stop taking ownership. They ain't going to call you out on it. They're just going to go along. Your team's going to do the same thing. Oh, man, I ain't got to worry about this. I'm just going to do it. I don't have to take ownership in this. I don't have to do a good job in it. Right? When we're not owning the outcome, we're making an excuse. You own the outcome on everything there is, period. You own the outcome on your reactions, on your actions, on what you submit, on how you handle yourself, on how you deal with situations, on how you deal with problems. You own every outcome of your life, period. That's it. If you get that you own it and nobody else controls you or can control your outcome or control your fate other than you, that's ownership. You get where I'm coming from here? You get what I'm saying? You want to be a millionaire, you got to take the steps to get there. You want to be a billionaire, you got to take the steps to get there. Right? You ain't going to become wealthy by doing nothing. You ain't going to become a leader by doing nothing, by always taking the easy route, by always making excuses and not taking ownership and not improving yourself. But y'all are listening to this podcast, so I can tell you that you care about improvement. You're already in the right direction. You're already moving in the right direction. Just don't stop moving. What's the next step? How do I take ownership for this? How do I stop dodging it? The next time you think about blaming somebody else, pause and ask yourself this question. What could I have done differently to change the outcome? Now, what could they have done differently? Do it. Do it with your spouse. Do it with your kids. Next time you have a disagreement, the next time something doesn't go right, do it with them. Say, hey, what could I have done differently? Ask yourself internally how you could have handled it differently. Could I have responded differently? Could I have done this? Could I have done that? Right? That right there will change your life. Boom. There's 5 minutes. Hope you all have a great day. Chat with you later.